All right, welcome back to All Things Unsure. Today I'm going to be brewing some beer with this new Incognito hop product. Stick with me and see what it's about. Okay, so here we got our water we're going to be using, distilled water. And we're going to build that up with some of these chemicals we got right here. And as you can see, here's my little list that I make for a 3-gallon batch. All right, go ahead and add those in right here. And the second time we'll add another one in. And then we'll go ahead and add our last one in. This one gets a little stuck, so I kind of dip in the water to rinse it all out, make sure we get everything we need for that. All right, so I got my Anvil brewing system here. Got my recirculation pump hooked up. About ready to start. It's always fun when you start brewing and you realize you forgot something. Not super important, but it's kind of helpful. Alrighty, add in our grain. We'll put it all in, we'll stir it around. Again, this is 5 pounds of Pilsner, 2 pounds of 2-row, 1 pound of flaked wheat for a 3-gallon batch. My helper is a cameraman back there. I'll stir it around, leave it for about 10 minutes, and then I'll start my circulation pump. Get any of those big dough balls at the bottom here. All right, here's a quick shot of the recirculation pump. Pumping it back up, getting it going. All right, so now we're gonna let that drain for a minute or two. All right, now that most of it's drained, we're going to increase the heat back up to a boil. I know it only says 212, but it gets it to a nice rolling boil. All right, so while it's trying to get back up to a boil, I always pull the grains out and get a little more out of them. Stir that down a little bit, make sure that doesn't boil over. All right, here's a quick picture of my chiller coil in there hooked to the sink. All right, we're gonna do about 10 grams of Incognito Citra. It's coming out like honey. According to the bottle, we have to put this in a whirlpool at or above 170 degrees. So I'm going to measure this out, put the rest of it in the fridge, and we'll add it on our cool down. Alright, so this is right after we just put that in. I stirred it up a little bit. You can kind of see the oil sitting on the surface a little bit. There's no hop product in here at all, like no vegetative matter. All just the oil for now. Alright, so here's everything kind of ready to go. It's sanitized carboy there, or jug. Fermenter, you want to call it. I'm now going to transfer everything. I know the temperature is only down to 81, but I'll still let it sit in the garage and cool down for a little bit. All right, so the yeast I used was Cephali 04. I really like it. Okay, so dry hopping, we got the magnet. Slide the magnet off. Goes on down. Okay, so we got our final product here. Again, we brewed this as Incognito Citra hop. In a little taster glass, been in the keg just a few days. Could still use a little more carbonation, but you know what, tastes pretty good. Honestly, I think I could use a little more bittering hops, but the Citra came out quite nicely. Again, thanks for joining us on All Things Unsure. Who knows what the next video will be. Take it easy.